morning. Good morning to the DMV and the rest of the world. This is your girl Reese, aka the best that did it, aka you know who I be. And I would like to say good Tuesday morning. It's just the beginning of the work week. I hope you all are up and wakey, eggs and bakey, and all that good stuff. Well, today on the Morning Mac Show, we're going to be talking about a couple of things. One is something that gets you healthy and to make sure you keep your immune system and all that good stuff up. And the second one is just about stupid pet owners. We'll get into that later on in the show, exactly what I mean about that. But I am here today, and I have my engineer extraordinaire, Mr. Molly Mall on the one and two, and he's going to be reading your comments in case I can't see them, and he's going to be talking and chiming in there. Uh, so I'm doing this, and I'm checking it once and twice. Molly, are we okay on all platforms? Facebook and YouTube. Are we good? Give me the thumbs up or something.
Nah, Facebook gotta make public.
It's public. Oh my gosh. They are blowing me with this. Okay, we're gonna go in here and we're gonna look and let's see with this Facebook thing so we can make sure that that is public because I'm seeing it and here we go. Let me see. Public edit posts and click on the three buttons. Privacy setting. You know what? I believe when it click over, it's doing that on its own. We're not doing that because it was just when we were waiting for the countdown. It was just it was just public. Okay, now, all right, we good to go now. All righty. So,
Good to go.
back to the conversation that I was saying. So today's show, we have a twofold show. One is going to be on cold and flu remedies. It's just an easy old-fashioned remedy that's been around since the beginning of time, but it helps boost your immune system up and all of that stuff because you want to fight against nasty viruses and stuff like that. You know, my man Molly, he got the right ticket. That's why he became vegan. He said because he noticed that he just kept being ill and everything. So what he did, he changed his diet. He was able to cut out meat and all meat byproducts. And I'm just like in awe because I've been eating meat all my life. And it's like, how do I go? How can I cut cold turkey, so to speak, and go totally vegan? I want to be healthier and take stuff out of my diet as well, so I can make sure I have the proper vitamins and nutrients to keep my immune system going. Um, so I try to eat somewhat right. I'm gonna be honest. Sometimes my eating habit can suck because I won't eat a regular meal. I'd rather snack on some chips, and that's a big no-no. Right now, I'm going on a chip fast. I haven't had any chips in a week since last Sunday, and I haven't bought any, haven't ate any, because I need. That was my Achilles heel, y'all. I needed my potato chips, so I'm trying to break myself or wean myself off of that. I feel like an addict or junkie, because I'm thinking about chips, and I just that was my go-to food. That was the food that calms me down. That was the food that made everything all well with the world. And since I know that it's bad for me, I'm trying to control what I eat instead of letting what I eat control me. But I found a cold remedy for you guys. I'm not gonna say cold. How about flu remedy and just the overall immune boost? And it's natural. The stuff in this clip is natural. Molly, what do you got to say about the remedy that I'm about to share with everybody? You see anything wrong with it?
I ain't get to watch it, you know. I'm gonna be watching it for the first time, but this looked like about right what I normally use. But I never seen
Hmm.
this video.
And this has been passed down. My grandmother used to use the same thing, and hey, they said these are ingredients that helps the immune system and give you an overall boost. And what I love about it. You can drink it hot or cold. If your head is stuffy, I prefer hot, but you could drink it a couple of times a day. It's just good stuff that you probably have around in your house right now.
Yeah.
So, do you want to share the video with the audience?
Chef Ricardo.
Nice and lovely, guys. Remedy, remedy, remedy. Every day, Chef Ricardo learns something new. Every day, I have to teach fans and or show the fans have something new. All right. Anyway, today one we're going to make fresh mint, ginger, either lemon or lime. We're gonna boil it off and make a tea from it. You can make a big potion, cool it down, and put it in the fridge and drink it day by day as it goes along for 3 days. Good for detoxing your body, and it's good for have this in the morning because of the winter. So basically, we call this a winter hot drink. All right, 1 glass of water, tall glass of water. We got some fresh mint right here. This is a fresh mint. We're gonna put it straight inside of the water. We're gonna get some. I got some chunky ginger. I'm gonna use a nice, lovely, fat piece of a ginger right here. Cut it up. Put it straight inside of it. 1 lemon. And straight inside of it like this. I might put a piece more ginger because I love ginger. All right. So these all of my remedy inside of my pot: fresh mint, ginger, and lemon. We're gonna boil on this for roughly one nice good 10 to 15 minutes. I'm gonna add a little bit more water towards it, probably about another half glass of water towards it. So guys, enjoy the recipe and please subscribe my YouTube channel. Nice one. So basically, it's on the stove now, medium size heat. I'm gonna add another glass of water. Yeah, and we're going to allow this for it to just boil down for one nice good 10-15 minutes. Enjoy the recipe, guys. Enjoy it. It's a good one for the winter, for the cold, for the flu, for the sinus, and all these things. Natural ingredients at home. Nice and lovely, guys. So basically, start to boil up. Yeah, looking good too. The fresh mint and everything. Yeah, and the ginger and the lemon, everything inside of it. So we're gonna make this boil for roughly about 15 minutes. Then we're gonna strain it off, make a nice lovely cup of tea from it. Enjoy the recipe, guys. Nice and lovely, guys. I know this is finished now. It for about 20 minutes now. I've it boiling. I'm gonna pour it off. This is finished now, and I'm not gonna boil this no more. Look at that remedy. Yeah, that's nice. All right. Enjoy the recipe and subscribe to the YouTube channel as we show you how to make the tea. Nice and lovely, guys. So basically, as you can see, just boil it off. I didn't even strain it off. I don't know. I want to just pour it off like this because I want to get those, those bits from the lemon. Yeah. Nice and lovely. See that? You remember my grandmother used to make for you? Back in these days, we're gonna put a teaspoon of honey. That's it, guys. That's it right there. Fresh mint, ginger, lemon or lime. Boil on this, drink this for one morning, every morning straight, even for a week. If you don't want to drink it hot, you can boil a big portion of it and drink it during the day. Sweeten it with a little bit of honey. If you don't want honey, you can drink it natural like this. Alright, guys? Thank you so much for watching Chef Ricardo Show. Got a lot more recipes, a lot more ideas, and as I can see, really fantastic tea to drink at home in this winter. You know what I mean? A lot of people suffer from sore throat and coughing and all these things, you know? So this is some remedy for the fans who suffering from hay fever, suffering from all different kind of stuff. This is good for you. Natural stuff, natural ingredients. Boil it down, drink it, help it to detox your body. Awesome. I will see you next time. Bye bye.
All right, so there you have it. A natural remedy to boost your immune system, and not only to boost your immune system, to detox you for the winter. So, who knew that those simple little ingredients? He just had mint, he had a lemon, he had what else? He have mint, lemon, and ginger, just those natural things. He said lemon or lime. I guess you had to have that citric acid in there to give that acidity, that effect, to good boost the vitamin C. And it's a detox. He said you could eat it. I'm sorry, drink it hot or cold. Who would have known? All natural ingredients. Who knew? My people like my grandmother and the older people, they didn't run to doctors. They didn't rely on modern medicine. For one, they couldn't afford the doctors, so you had to get the home remedies that work to take care of yourself. My grandmother used to tell me this story about I think it was like the measles. It was either I think it was the measles. She said how when she was a little girl coming up, um, that they uh, that the slave owners or sorry or the slaves, this was before her time, her mother's time, that they were having a measles outbreak or something like that, an epidemic, and that the slaves, of course, no slaves went to no doctors and nothing like that, but the masters and the people with money, they were going to see doctors and all these modern medicines. Well, the slaves and stuff would take sheep dung and make sheep. My grandmother said the S word, sheep poop tea. Okay, and it cured them. It helped them. I'm like, wow, who would have known or thought of something like that? She said the people with money or the people that were, masters or whatever have you, a lot of those people got sick and died while the slaves survived it because they were using natural remedies. When they brought the slaves from Africa or wherever they came from, whatever indigenous people, they didn't have the same trouble or diseases that came with our the Caucasian people. See, like the smallpox started off in Europe, the cowpox, a lot of stuff started off in Europe. Remember, they didn't have any septic system back in the early 1800s or whatever have you, back over there in Europe. And people stayed infested with diseases and rats, and the ticks that came off the rats would jump on a human, bite the humans, and everything. It was just a mess. So we didn't have the European uh, diseases or trouble in Africa. There wasn't going on like that if you had it in other continents, in Africa, Asia, whatever have you. Y'all get what I'm trying to say. So when you get exposed to something that you're not used to dealing with or combating, they went to that old herbal root way. That's all they done anyway to get over deal with certain things, but it wasn't heard of. Like the flu and the cold and a lot of that diseases, they just didn't have that problem until other people brought it over with them, and there you have it. But anyway, Molly, you have anything to say about the remedy, or about that at all? It's a detox. It's good for the cold and flu, and it's the detox. And like that's awesome.
Yeah, got my phone going off. It is a good detox though. I advise anybody to try that before going to take that vaccine shot or running to grab any Tylenol or anything for a cold. So that was a good thing that you shared that.
Yeah, and there's a lot of other remedies that they used to do back in the
Everclear.
day. You said Everclear.
Yeah, I'm getting my edible stuff. I'm on the phone. That's why I got just engineer. You got it, Reese. I can't keep
Oh,
coming back.
oh, okay, okay, okay. Oh, okay. So while he's getting that together, it's important for us to boost our immune system, especially this time of year. I want to bring up an observation. I'm talking about an observation, okay? Um, I know for actually more than four people, right? They have been vaccinated, they have been fully boosted, and everything. But all of the people, these four people, three out of the four people are sick, all four of them with COVID. Okay. Three is vaccinated and boosted and all that. Good, yay for them. One person is not. But do you know that the three that's vaccinated and boosted that caught COVID, that's getting medicine to fight COVID now, are having a harder time uh, shaking it than the person that's not vaccinated or nothing? I have one person taking magnesium and zinc and their vitamins and all that good stuff and drinking home remedies like tea, ginger, uh, mint, and boiling it, stuff like that. And they're doing better than the people that's taking the medicine for it. And I'm trying to figure out, how is this possible? I do believe it's everybody have their own immune system. Of course they do. And I believe how diseases and things that you get and viruses and bacteria that attacks your body all depends on how strong is your immune system. Some people look fit, physically fit, but their immune system may be mush inside. We can't see inside each other's bodies. See, we don't know if somebody's running, cycling high with their immune system or if their immune system is cycling low. That's why it's important for you to get your rest. Definitely, it's very important to get sleep. Sleep helps fight the fatigue and fight anything that's trying to overtake your immune system. Your body got to get that rest to regenerate. I was told, well, I was doing some sleep study research. I had to get a sleep study test on me, but I was told by the tech that did the sleep study. He said that your body repairs itself like after 3 p.m. Those are the hours that your body is using to repair itself. Now I'm sitting here thinking, now how do your body know when it's 3 p.m.? What if you in another country or another time zone? What is 3 p.m.? It's 3 p.m. I mean, sorry, it's 3 a.m., 3 in the morning. It's 3 a.m., 3 a.m. all over the world. No. So how your body know that it's repairing itself, or it's time to take that break and heal and repair itself. But he did say that you're supposed to be sleep during those hours and getting a good rest and letting your body heal. I'm like this. I don't know. I poke at that theory because I don't know. But I do know when I used to work overnight. What about the people that work at night and overnight? If I'm up working and I'm not asleep at 3 a.m. in the morning, is my body healing itself? See, exactly right. That's what I'm talking about. You don't know. You never know. But there's so many isms out there, different wives' tales and little pokes and tells. But one thing is for certain, two things for sure. This cold and flu remedy, will help anybody, and it's a good detox. So lemon is a powerful, very powerful ally in the world of detoxing and a good immuno health. And that's what it all boils down to: natural stuff from the earth to help heal us, to help fight our bodies off our natural resistance. Not saying that you may not never need any help from a physician, but what I'm saying is that you don't need all the help from a physician. Like Molly, you mentioned earlier, every time you get a headache, you run to the doctor to take pharmaceutical medicine. Pharmaceutical drugs, I like to call that the circle of death because it just goes around and around and around. It may stop or help cure what's wrong with you for a moment, but it causes other things. There are always side effects and chain reactions that you're going to get from medicine. No matter what type of medicine you take, there's always going to be an adverse effect. Whatever good that it does, it's doing some bad as well. Okay. I know they was giving me a medication for my COPD, right? It was like, oh, your lungs are bad, your lungs are this, and that. I'm doing a lot of home remedies as well. So she was like, we need to strengthen your lungs. So she gave me a medication, right? I took the medication and it started bleeding in the back of my eyes. It started causing me to have this bleeding in the back of my eyes. I'm like, wait a minute. It may help me breathe and help my lungs, but you're messing with the vision on the other hand. So how do you decide what are you going to give up? You going to give up breathing, or you going to give up seeing, or you going to give up? I mean, come on now. It's always a side effects. All these medicines. Like my aunt was taking a high blood pressure medicine that was giving her diabetes. Yes, she was on a medication, and she's developed pancreatitis. Right, the inflammation of the pancreas, and nobody could understand like what. Why is she getting this? They always say, "Oh, you getting older, you this, and that." That was not the case. That was the side effects from that medication. So she said, "Forget this. I'm not taking this high blood pressure medicine. I'm going to control what I can control myself." So what did she do? She changed her diet. She cut out foods that she thought that was causing her pressure to go up, causing her water retention, salty foods high in sodium. She went healthy. She stayed out of the carryouts. She stayed out of the fast food. She started staying in her kitchen, more cooking healthy. She was always a great cook. And anyway, so then she started exercise. She was already dancing, but she started doing that even more. And she drank her jug of water uh, faithfully every day, religiously every day. She's drinking her 64 ounces of water. So not only did she start losing the weight, looking better, skin got better, guess what? Her blood pressure was controlled. And she stopped taking the blood pressure medicine anyway. But just like that, as quick as it came, it left the pancreatitis itis left. So now she not wasn't diabetic no more. And I was like, wow, that's how you fight diabetes. They say if you lose just 10% of your body weight, like say if you weigh 150 pounds and you lost 15 pounds, that'll cure whatever is wrong with you, especially if you're diabetic. They say you won't be diabetic no more. Uh, I'm like, really? I don't know if that's true or not, but it's worth a shot. It's just to eat healthy, be more mindful of what we put in our body. It's a good thing that we want to look good and everything, but we need to feel good so that we're able to look good and shine later. Because I do believe your body works inside out. Whatever's wrong on the inside will bust through and show on the outside. A lot of people love to get their body in shape and physical and fit and looking all tight and nice. But what about your inside? Is your inside looking tight and nice? That's all I'm saying. They got to go hand in hand, a little bit there. Um, like my good friend Nene, she is on her fitness. I'll be seeing her on. She posts her videos. She's walking. She's exercising. I was watching her yesterday when she walk around Anacostia. She said you got to keep moving. She's right. You got to move. You got to do something. So that's why I'm gonna start journaling my journey. um, I have a lot of ailments, so I'm trying to take back what I can. I'm gonna try to move more so I can feel better because I don't want this to be the beginning of the end. You know what I mean? I want this to be the beginning of a new life or a new chapter. So she was out there walking, and she struggles with lupus, and like she said, I know what she's talking about because lupus is an autoimmune disease that attack your vital organs. It attacked my heart. It attacked my joints. It attacked everything. It breaks us down. So we have to eat right. We have to live right. Stress is a key factor. We can't be stressed out. We can't put any old thing in our body, and moving is key and possible. And I let myself go since February. I got to get back on track because my body can tell a difference. Back in February, before my sciatic started bothering me, I used to walk 3 times a day. I would walk every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. I was one of the average mall walkers, and I felt so much better. Um, and I've had more energy. I didn't feel as sluggish. But what happened is face will have it that my sciatic nerve. I don't know if anybody ever had sciatic nerve pain, but it's a humdinger. That's why I walk with a limp nail and a little cane. I'm trying to get rid of this cane. I'm tired of walking with this putting inside my body. Make sure I put good stuff in my body. And like my friend Molly, he's a vegan. I'm gonna try. I can't say that I can because it's like chicken be calling me at night. But I gotta ask myself: do I eat to live, or do I live to eat? Okay, okay. Do I eat to live, or do you live to eat? Me and food haven't been friends for the last couple of years. Food just isn't the same anymore. That used to be my go-to, my comforter, but because I can't eat like I used to anymore, I don't enjoy food anymore. Because certain foods make me sick now, I don't enjoy food anymore. And I went to a nutritionist, and she was saying that your body's in starvation mode. She told me, as big as I am, you're not eating enough. So the myth is true, people. You can be a big person and overweight and still be malnourished. People would say, "Oh, how you ain't malnourished because you're big, you're big." No, no, no. You could be a big person and still be malnourished, malnutrition. Then that's what it says. Mal meaning bad, and nutrition, nourished is the nutrients that you put in your body. So yeah. So my body is fighting against itself. My mechanism, um, that hunger thing, is broke. So I cannot tell when I'm hungry because I've gone all day. I thought I was just fasting. I've gone all day without eating anything, and the doctor's like, "That's not good because your body is holding." It's fat, it's weight, it's not letting me lose my calories because my body is holding the calories and storing them up. I don't want my body to store up my calories. Let that shit go. Move it on out of here. Get rid of it. But no, no, no. Because I'm not eating, my body is like, oh, she's trying to starve us. And y'all see, I got a big body. It's a banger, but still, it's a big body. How big is a Buick? If I could get down to the size of a Honda Civic, I'd be all right. I'd be all right, you know. But I know I'm built like a Mack truck, y'all. Like a big old box truck. It is what it is. Hey, I can laugh about me because I still love me regardless. You know, I can talk about me. And so I need to change my strategy. So there was like, you need to eat 5 meals a day. I'm like, 5 meals a day? Yeah, 5 little meals. I got to get in my mental. I got to get into my zone because a lot of times I don't want to eat because I'm in my mind. I just other things just just plaguing me, right? But I have to stop and I have to start eating 5 meals. They wanted you to eat high in protein meals because if you eat high in protein meal, it eats up the fat, burn up the fat or whatever. So I'm thinking, if I eat all this protein, is that going to mess up my kidneys? Because you could have too much protein in your kidneys. That's not good. But nonetheless, that's my spiel on health and what's going on. A little bit about what's going on with me, and I'm going to journal my journey into this healthy weight type of person. Got to get up in the morning. First thing, get up in the morning, you pray, you meditate. This is what I'm going to do. I don't know. Y'all do whatever y'all want to do, but this is what I'm going to do as far as my personal journey. Thank God. Thank the Most High. You pray, you meditate. You get up and stretch a little bit. If you got to relieve yourself, go to the bathroom, relieve yourself. I'm going to start exercising before I start my day off right. You know, I need to break that code. Some people say the first thing you do, you're supposed to eat 20 minutes from you waking up. Well, I can't eat that early because I will get sick. I've tested that theory, and if I eat early, as soon as I get up, I become nauseous, and I don't want to do that. So what's working for me now is to move, to thaw this body, to exercise a bit before I take on some type of substance. Okay. So I get up, pray, wake up, pray, move, move and breathe. Then I eat. After you eat, then you shower and get dressed, and voila, I'll be ready at 10:30. It takes all that time just to prepare myself for 10:30 so I can talk to you guys every day, so I can have my mind straight, my mental, so to speak. Um, so if I don't get up early enough to eat, then I will eat after the program. I do that sometimes to eat, have enough time. I have to have a routine set before me in order for this thing to work. So what I'm going to start doing, I'm going to start journaling the weight loss. Voila, I'm going to share with you guys. I usually cover all this up. You see, all this good old hanging skin is from where I lost weight, but I did not do. I don't know. Can y'all see this? I did not do the exercise, the weight training exercise, all this hanging skin, loose skin, all this. I did not do the proper training exercise to tighten your skin up. So it's important as you lose weight, you do some type of muscle toning so that your skin can get its elasticity back. You can lose so much weight so fast. That's what I did. That is just start hanging, but you're still supposed to do muscle toning, muscle training along the way, regardless of what type of weight loss regimen that you choose to help sculpture your body. Okay, I'm gonna tell you guys that. Um, and I'm gonna start doing that, journaling on what I'm doing, and I want to see. I'm gonna take pictures. It's gonna be from now to 6 months. So it's September. I have until March to look back to see because they say you won't notice anything to 6 months. You know how some people play the scale or play the mirror, whatever. They say stop it. They say you won't notice anything till at least after 6 months of doing a workout or doing your routine or doing whatever regimen that you're going to be on. So that'll be the first time I look at myself of initial weight. Of course, I weigh in my initial weight because I want to journal my journey. Uh, and the only reason why I'll be doing that is for you guys, so you can say, "Ooh, week 1, 2, 3, and 4," and see if my energy is better, see if my health is better, less sinus infections, less cough, colds, and flu, and all that good stuff. I'm going to test that theory. And that way I don't have to say, well, they say this, they say that. I can say, well, I know this, I know that, I know what works for me. And that's the key. You got to do what works for you. Everything isn't for everybody. But if you could get in some of this goodness, everybody needs to be healthy. Everybody can take care of their immune system. That's for everybody. Everybody, we need to breathe, eat, and move. If we breathe, eat, and move, hey, we got it. Molly Mall, I want to go into our next clip. Um, are we up? Are we ready? So I can show and talk about our next clip with the people. This part of the show, we're going to talk about dumb pet owners. I mean, some people have these pets, right? They don't know what to do for them. They don't. Some of these people don't even know what to do for themselves. And we're gonna watch this clip of a stupid pet owner. Molly, whenever you
His
ready.
face betrayed his concern to the others gathered around. She wondered what they were seeing that made their foreheads crease into frowns. He began worrying for her precious baby. Mel had always been labeled as odd. Hey, if she wanted to tattoo most of her body, whose business was that? If she wanted to go crazy with piercings, so what? If she wanted a 7-foot-long python as pet, who was to judge? Before we start, can we get this video to 1,000 likes? Please hit the like button and subscribe to the channel. A snake was perfect for her small house. It didn't need much looking after, and didn't yap the whole day like her neighbor's little dog. And it hadn't bothered anyone yet. No one understood the special relationship she had with Fang. He'd come into her life at just the right time, and she'd been taking great care of him. Some people may think it's creepy or downright terrifying to own a snake as pet, but Mel had never experienced any problems. Fang had never once attempted to harm her or any of her visitors. If her neighbors would just stop nagging with their unnecessary warnings. Mel had always kept her python in a vivarium with heat lamp, as is usual for pets of the reptilian kind. But lately she'd been feeling lonely and decided to take the relationship one step further. She really felt they could bond more. It didn't seem like her neighbor bonded very well with her dog, letting it sleep outside every night, which gave Mel an idea. She let the snake curl up with her in bed. It was wonderful. Fang cuddled up against her and later sprawled out across her body. Of course, he wasn't warm and furry, but his finely scaled body was comforting in a way. The python seemed to enjoy his new sleeping quarters, so Mel made it a nightly habit. From her head to her toes, he would slit her and curl around her legs. Did he watch over her while she slept? One night, a little after 2 a.m., Mel woke to an empty bed. She was so groggy. The neighbor's dog had kept her up with its incessant barking that she immediately fell back asleep. Fang was probably on the floor. In the morning, just as she thought, the snake was back on the bed, twirled around her legs as usual. She later prepared his meal, but he didn't seem very hungry. The entire day, Fang stayed on her bed and refused to eat. He also seemed more agitated than usual, particularly when Mel tried moving him back to the vivarium. She wondered if he was just moody or sick. She noticed he was looking a bit odd. Something was off. Was it her imagination, or had he somehow changed in size overnight? The following day, the situation remained unchanged and Mel was beginning to worry. She decided to take the snake to the veterinarian. There was definitely something wrong with her precious baby. The group of vets questioned her about the python's sudden unusual behavior as one of them began an external examination. They believed the best course of action would be to take an ultrasound of the snake's belly. Perhaps it had eaten something out of the ordinary. During the ultrasound, one vet's forehead creased into a frown and looked at the others gathered around, which made Mel's heart skip a beat. What were they seeing? When is that bad? One vet asked her a series of questions about the snake, including about its feeding and sleeping habits. That's when Mel revealed her and Fang's nightly bonding ritual. Then the vet showed her the ultrasound, and Mel couldn't understand what she was seeing. The snake's belly was absolutely empty. So what was the problem? The vet asked Mel if the python usually sprawled out along her body and curled up around her while she lay on the bed. Well, yes, she confirmed. The vet explained that Fang had intentionally stopped eating, not because he was feeling ill, but because he was preparing to consume a large meal. Snakes often feed on animals that are way larger than themselves, thanks to their ability to unhinge their jaws. By sprawling out beside Mel, the python had actually been sizing her up, in essence, practicing how he would approach his next big meal. Fang had been patiently waiting until a perfect moment to snatch his prey, in this case, the unwitting Mel. Sitting there in the treatment room, Mel had to absorb everything the vet had just told her. A chill went down her spine as she realized her beloved Fang might very well have been preparing to eat her while she slept. To think that she had taken their closeness as bonding. To think that she had wondered if the snake was watching over her during the night. He had been watching indeed. Watching and waiting for his next prey. Still in shock, Mel returned home with her pet python. She immediately placed him where he belonged, in the vivarium with its tight-fitting seal, far away from her bedroom. She still loved Fang very much, and still believed snakes could make wonderful pets. But she'd have to be more careful and responsible from now on to avoid any danger. Her neighbors had been right after all. Mel endured the toll Usos from those neighbors after she had told them about her close call with the python. She was just so relieved to have escaped a gruesome death. She shared her story on social media, in the hopes that other snake lovers would learn from her mistake and be more cautious about where they kept their slithering pets. It could happen to any unsuspecting snake owner. Mel still wondered what she would have done if Fang had begun attacking her in the middle of the night. Would she have been able to escape? How would she have felt, being turned upon by her own precious pet? Sure, it's fine to keep a snake as pet. It's beautiful, mysterious, fascinating. But would you let it sleep in your bed?
Before I go into the next commentary of the story, I want to pay some bills. Here is the book, Shades of Blue. This is the paperback book. It's by A.M. Morning. If you haven't already gotten your copy, get your copy. This is a good story. It's an African American writer, screenwriter, playwright, whatever you want to call it. It's this book is located in African American fictional drama. It's the African American fictional drama. Okay, It's a book by A.M. Morning, Shades of Blue. This is the paperback. They have it on paperback and hardback, and I think they even working on the audio to be released soon. Uh, Shades of Blue, A.M. Morning, good story, good read. It's not long at all. Take you 2 hours to read. It's only like 189 pages, but in these 189 page, it's page turner. It'll keep you like, oh my gosh. And then I don't want to give any part of the book away, but oh gosh, you got to read it. We're looking for A.M. Morning to do an interview with her. Hopefully, in the near future, we can get her live and in the studio to do an interview. All righty. So the last clip that we saw, the pet owner about Mel and her snake. This is my opinion, and my opinion only. People, an animal is an animal. Why do we get upset when they act like is what they are? You know what I mean? That snake is a snake, and it was going to eat her butt because that's what snakes do. I mean, you won't get mad at the snake for being a snake. People got to stop thinking that these animals go on think like humans. That's the difference between us and them. We have free will thinking. Animals go on their instincts. Animals go on their animal survival instincts. Humans, you have free will to do right or wrong. Animals doing what an animal do. Just like that tiger that mauled the guy, but instead of them and killed the guy. I'm sorry, but a tiger did what a tiger do. We all know that's what the tiger do. But and then that tiger had to lose his life for being a tiger. I mean, I think that's sad. Or when certain type of dogs or whatever attack. If you know those are attack dogs, or those are the type of dogs when they do what's in their nature, then we want to get upset. This snake was doing what was in its nature, and that snake was clearing out room for his next big meal. The snake does not know how to differentiate that you are a friend or foe, or that you're being kept. All that snake knows, look, you got me laying beside you in the bed, and I'm going to size you up because I'm about to eat you. When I get a chance, when the time is right, you going to be my next big meal. They don't have a conscience. An animal don't have a conscience to say, oh, well, I shouldn't have done that. That snake would have ate her and slid it right on about their business. Right? These stupid pet owners, a pet is a pet. You know, you train them and all that, but you can't control a animal's mind or tell them how or what they should think. That's funny. But these poor animals, because of the stupid humans and the stupid pet owners, because if they act like the animal that they are, then the animals they want to put the animals down or put them to sleep or whatever, euthanize them, whatever have you. That's funny. Um, you know that your snake is supposed to be in certain type of habitat, right? That's why you bought the big aquarium and the heat lamp for the snake from the beginning. So, what made you think that it was okay to lay down and sleep with your snake in the bed at night? I would be, as a boa constrictor, a 7 foot long boa constrictor. I would be worried that the snake would get around your neck at night and subdue you. And then that's the end of you. But I guess she wasn't. That girl was a little flaky, but she was going to get ready to find out just how flaky and tender that she was when that snake gonna eat her butt. It's not funny, but it's funny. You cannot help but to laugh. Again, these stupid pet owners. I don't know what to say. There was another story, a sad story, where this couple had their baby, had their toddler in the room with a python like that, and the snake consumed the baby. What type of parenting is that? How are you going to leave a snake to babysit your child? You want to leave with an animal. And I just feel so bad because of course they had to put the snake down, but you're going to put the snake down for being a snake. I'm sorry that your child lost his life because stupid, dumb pet owners, dumb pet owners again. It's ridiculous, people. It's ridiculous. Just like they tell you, don't play with a dog with a pork chop around your neck, because the dog is gonna go for the meat around your neck. He's not thinking, oh, I'm not gonna hurt Reese because that's my friend. Let me just take the necklace off for her. No, the animal instinct's gonna jump in there. They I don't know how they figure that animals not gonna act like animals. Humans act like humans. We do what we do, don't we? So why do they expect animals not to be animals? That part I don't get. I don't understand at all. Molly, you still with me, Molly?
Yeah, yeah, I'm in here. I'm gonna buy you a snake. I was wondering what you wanted, for your birthday, but now I know you like snakes so much and you feel so sorry for them. I'm gonna bring you one over. Just make
I
sure you
feel
feed it.
sorry for the snake. The snake is being the snake. It's the dumb pet owners that took the snake and laid up beside it. Come on now.
I mean, they read too many of these stories where people turning staffs into snakes and things like that. So they think it's okay to play around. I love snakes. My sister got a snake. My brother, I had plenty of them. Like I used to catch them when I was young,
Are you
and
gonna sleep with them?
I would have, yeah, yeah. But only if it's my snake. That's how comfortable you get with them things. Like if you got them from early on and they used to the human touch, things like that normally don't happen. But if you don't feed them and they on a routine that they normally get fed, they don't have to eat. Like they won't even care to bite or eat anything long as they fed. But if you don't feed them, oh, they coming for anything in the facility. They gonna crush you and everything else. They hungry, So that's what I looked at it. That white girl talking about the snake want to eat. Like man, he wanted something. He was saving for something bigger. No, feed him. The longer you don't feed him, the bigger the next meal gonna be. It's either gonna be a small mouse. That ain't gonna be enough. If you take longer, you got to throw two mice in it. If you wait even longer, three mice. If you just throw one, he's still hungry. So, it's a lot that people should look more into the snake and learn and understand the snake. And all snakes different too. Like
Yeah.
humans, they try to treat every snake the same. I had one snake that used to just snap no matter what. And he was used to being touched, fed, and all that. He just was just a mean ass snake. I was like, this little nigga gotta go. But I had the other one was a lot different. So it's like they got different personalities and everything. But I wouldn't mess with them big cats, man. I don't know what these white men be thinking. I like a lion and tiger, but I can't keep them around. They grow bigger than me. I can't fight them if I wanted to. Like, nah, I'm done with them.
With one swipe, you gone. But a lot of what was that the Tiger King? What was that they think
That's my
that
man.
he fed somebody to the tigers or whatever that was a friend or whatever. Them animals don't know friend or foe. When them animal instinct kick in, they ain't gonna stop and say, "Oh, wait a minute,
Oh, that's
I can,
Reese.
uh,
They can be like, oh nah, that's Reese. Y'all let her go. You know,
go." That's like you gonna chop her meaty tail up.
but
Oh, what
that's
up? Anybody saying anything?
yeah, man. Slicky said he wanted that white meat. Michelle said snake will always be a snake no matter what. Said so he ate the dog. Dumb Whitey. You know who that was. Oh man, they was commenting on the health one too. A lot of people was commenting on it. Nene in here. She said, hey, Michelle in here. E in here. Said Grand Rising. Yeah, you got it's a good amount of people in here. They comment. Katrina. No, Katina just said good morning.
Good morning. She'll be our special guest. Professor Miss Katina Thomas will be on tomorrow. We're going to talk about. I was going to talk about Oklahoma, but I think we need to go back before what happened in Black Wall Street on 2021, so they can really get a real understanding of why it happened. I was doing some
Mhm.
research and reading. So tomorrow's show. Katina, is going to be the summer of 1919. They call that the
Uh,
Red Summer.
red
Honey,
summer, red
yes,
summer.
the Red Summer. I was reading all kinds of articles and all kinds of woo, the Red Summer. I'm telling you, and the Red Summer. I'll give you all a little bit of it. It's about how black people enlisted and went to fought in the first Civil War, right? And they thought that when they came back, that life was going to be different. That's when a lot of black people that submissive, that pass over, these was trained soldiers now. They coming back into the world and they thought that America was going to treat them better. And a
Mm-hmm.
lot of them said, hey, I'm over here in a foreign country. Those people not our enemies. The people in our own ground, on our land where we're from, is the enemies. And a lot of people didn't understand. White people did not understand and was scared of the Negro population. They're going smart, they're going strong. They thought that the Negro population was going to take over their jobs, their position, and and so what did they do? I noticed that the South and the North are the same thing. You got the rubbish people in the South and the same rubbish people up in the North that be threatened, that think somebody moving in to take their job or to take over to take their place, act the same way as the Southern people do. So, man, reading that Red Summer of 1919, woo! That's all I got to say. And it's just sad, terrible, terrible, sad. All these massacres that was thrown upon they threw on us because they were scared of us, man.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm upset because they don't teach us that in school.
Yeah.
They teach you everybody else history but African American history in school. And then when they do teach you that, the little Black history programs, like we should have known about Black Wall Street just like we do White Wall Street. It take me being an adult and researching stuff and hearing stuff and going to look for myself. And it's right there, it's written, but we don't even know what to look for as a people because they're trying to erase our past. And they keep doing, and they're being successful. They're being successful. I would love to go out in the street and just do a candid interview one day and stop and ask random people, do they know, have they heard of the summer of 1919, the red summer of 1919? Do they know what it is, or do they know what Black Wall Street is? I bet you they won't, because I noticed that in the USA, we are the biggest bullies, the biggest criminals, the worst, and we hide our stuff. We only can celebrate what they tell us it's okay to celebrate. We only can mourn what they tell us it's okay to mourn. But when you dig deep and the truth get unearthed, oh, they don't like that. That's the shame and all that stuff. They was dropping bombs on black people before any type of terrorist or anything was. They are the terrorists. I mean, but anything that will paint America in a negative light, they try to hide that. And you being a person, black or colored, you need to make it your duty to go out and research some of these things. Everybody. And then once you know as parents, then you need to tell your children. Because they're not going to find out no other way. They would not find out. Because it sure as hell ain't going to talk about it in school. Molly,
Not even a little bit. Yeah, they
and
put it
religion,
on.
and to find out just about religion. Religion is for man. I'm a more spiritual person. I believe in and that there's a higher power, there's a higher being. I believe in God, but the way they writing these stories out leaves you to question. And when you have question, you need to search for your answers until you satisfy. Some people don't care. Some people like, okay, whatever they tell me is whatever they tell me. But some of us want to wake up for the matrix, want to know the truth, you know.
Mm-hmm.
and some people don't. If you one of those ones that you don't care what they say or what they do to you, then you can stay sleep. By all means, get your rest in, boo. But you don't have any room to complain about any mistreatment or any misbehavior because this is what we allow as the people.
Yeah, I'm like whoever, like for things to still be running a lot the same from hundreds and hundreds of years ago.
Mhm.
Them people to me, man, them the goats. I just think everything was created for communication. Even the internet, we was here when the internet was born. So now when you say you're going on YouTube, you got to put in www that. All these names created for communication. So you know what I'm talking about. So when I'm thinking about colors, numbers, everything was created. Somebody came along and said, we're going to call this blue, we gonna call this red, and everybody agreed upon it. Like God didn't come down and say, you know what, I want all y'all know this is green, this is blue. Like we all came to this concept, and it's the same thing with language. That's why you got different language in different areas, because they just found a way to communicate. But now people take a lot of this stuff as fact. Like people can tell a story through these tools that we use to communicate and say that these things actually happen and these things actually fact, and most times they not. So this has got a lot of people lost, because you can just tell a story these days and it's believable if it's on the TV, and then the stories that's really true, they don't talk about it, so that means it never occurred. So when they finally hear it, when they in their 30s, 40s, 50s, they like, this can't be true because I'd have heard this in school. No, you wouldn't have heard this in school. They make sure you don't hear it in school, but a lot of people don't understand that. That's why 1919 is big, because a lot of the men that went to war, they was told, once y'all done with this war, y'all will have y'all freedom, and they was assuming that everybody had their freedom everywhere. So when they came home, for one, they put them on the front line, and people don't understand that these people's in the front line with no guns, meaning they just there to die, and the rest of these people, they gonna get, and they still made it through. Not all of them, but a lot of black soldiers still made it, which was unbelievable to them. They out that joint with just a knife, but somehow they still made it through, and they was in the front line. So they didn't expect none of these black men to come home. So when they came home, it did cause a problem, because they like, we still slaves, we still getting treated the same. Like, how's this possible?
Mm.
Happy, things change eventually, but that's what our ancestors, or I believe us, before we reincarnated, had to go through.
Yeah, we died for a country that didn't give a crap about you.
Yeah, I know.
And then, but you know what it did do? When they went to war, they made them soldiers finally stand up in a different way. It wasn't. It what they finally grabbed the whip out of the master's hand. They was like, "Wait a minute, you ain't gonna beat me like this. I done fought over there. I was in the
Yeah,
fighting the enemy, and they knew how to mobilize themselves, organize, and stand up for themselves. So it wasn't gonna be the same old. Even though we was outnumbered and outgunned, but it wasn't going to be. We was going to take some of them with us. It was 30 people get killed, 23 black people and 7 white people. But before, where it would have 30 would have been all 30 black, they was fighting back. They was like, "Oh, y'all gonna come with me? Oh, we gonna take some people with us. We ain't
yeah.
going to go." What did W.E.B. Du Bois? What was that him?
Hmm.
I got to go back to say that I'm fighting, but I'm fighting stand up. If I'm a die, I'm a die standing up and my back against the wall. I'm a die fighting. It was man. I'm just saying we got to do more research on 1919 Red Summer, and they call it a Red Summer because it was a bloody massacre summer across the United States,
Yeah,
baby. Wait till we got this treat for y'all tomorrow. We're going to enlighten a whole lot of people
yeah.
right here. And what DC, 150, 140 people got killed, and right here in DC, and that's before the U Street riot, before they rioted for Dr. King. These massacres going on in Arkansas, Ohio, Chicago. 25
Everywhere.
massacres took place across, and it started the end of spring to the end of fall. That's the number 6 months. 25 massacres in 6 months 1,000 people lost their life. It was over 3,000 lynchings, people. Woo!
That's the thing. How many mosquitoes was killed that Nene cookout? You won't know. You know, these people document how they kill us and the numbers of how they kill us. That's what people not really realizing. Who took these numbers down? They know what they was doing. They was putting the numbers down. And it's just amazing to me that a black person that you don't know can't come to you and say, look, man, I just got into it with these people. Come help me out. You know, like we about to go to war, grab a gun or something. You be looking like Slim, I don't even know you. But this white people can come and say, huh, throw on this uniform, go shoot these random people in a whole nother country. For what? Like, what we beefing for? I don't even know these people. But they can do that to people. We fighting for our country. We dying for our country.
Wrong.
What you talking about? We supposed to be dying for the world. You know, like long if we got some coming from somewhere else, we all should fight together. Other than that, we shouldn't be fighting each other. But they find ways to divide us. You from that country, you know, or you from North America, South America. Age Australia. I'm like, no, no, it's one world. You know, you can decide that to say where you at. That's just to let people know I'm in this location. This how you can find me. But other than that, China can easily be America. We can name things whatever you want to name them. It's just to let people know where you at. But now you got people repping these places. Like, oh, I'm from Africa. Like, dog, you never been there. You from America. If that's what we going by names, Morocco, you from
Exactly.
really from Morocco. They changed the name. They constantly change the name. And then people get mad when you tell them it was a name before. Like, you
New
know,
York used to be New Amsterdam. So I
mm-hmm.
mean, people, I mean, you right. What's in the name?
Yeah.
Oh, I tell
The
you, but that's
snow
a
ride.
horrible show.
Katrina says you're gonna talk about the ride. Who calling the group? Knowing you live. They calling me too. That's probably Slicky or Ron.
No, they shouldn't be calling a group.
Yeah, they should be watching the show, right?
No, and I'm like, Slicky was just in the show, so
Yeah,
he
that's
gonna get
Ron.
it.
That's Ron the Don calling. It's a Ron message. So you want to give him something when you get out of here, and Katina one knows you're gonna be talking about the ride tomorrow.
We're gonna be talking about everything tomorrow, Katina. Yes, girl. We're gonna talk about the Red Summer 1919. We're gonna talk about the Oklahoma 1921. We,
She say look up 1835 snow ride. I'm about to,
1835 Snow Riot,
yeah.
Snow Riot, or Snow Massacre.
I
These are
know, right?
massacres. The riot is when you got both sides of fighting and carrying on. These are just plain out massacres that they took on our people. A lot of this stuff. I mean, woo.
I'm typing
18. I'm
it
gonna
in.
look up 1835. Yeah,
Dang, it was a lynch mob in Washington, D.C., which
yeah.
began on August 11, 1835, with a mob of angry white mechanics attacked and destroyed the Snow Embassy Eating House, a restaurant owned by black women. This violence was born of white men frustrated about having to compete with black women. That's crazy. Black women had see, that's the thing that be mind boggling. Like this restaurant was owned by black women in 1835. Like Martin Luther King took his back. Like all this want to do stuff with white people and we need to ride the bus with white people, eat with white people. We had our own restaurant that people can actually go and eat and sit down. They ain't have to worry about sneaking in the back, getting treated like a dog, and none of that. We had our own, but I see why I ain't hear about this. Thank you for that. We're gonna talk
Thank
about
you,
that more
Katina.
tomorrow.
Yes. Yeah, and it's so we had our own everything, and the white people are got scared of black people. That's why we were attacked. We were attacked in fear of that we was going to take over. Woo! I tell you, and it's like that today. You could be rich, but you could come up, you can get a little bit. They'll give you a little bit, but you better not get more than them. When you get more than them, when you get bigger than them, oh, that's when they take you down a peg or two. They got something in everybody's portfolio that they can take you down. Look at the great names that they took down. Everybody that thought they was got along right along with them until they didn't. They took down Cosby. They took down come on, some more people. Everybody said R. Kelly. I don't know. R. Kelly, I don't know if they took himself down or whatever. But Michael Jackson, Prince, all these people that wanted out from underneath the company stone. They didn't want to be slaves to them no more. They didn't live too much longer afterwards. That's all I'm saying. And Molly, they might be looking for us now that we talking about this. Continue to, you brought up 1835. They're gonna look for you too.
Yeah.
But they can find us tomorrow on the Morning Max Show, 10:30. Tune in, get your education on, get your life lifted, get your wig split, get whatever. Just tune in and come and get some of this good goodness. That's all I'm saying. Each one teach one, then all shall know. I'm ready to uncover what they've been hidden and they've been hiding from us. So we the next generation to know. You ain't gotta wait till you 50 years old to find out some things about life. These young people need to know that. Then would it be so easy for them to walk up to each other and shoot each other, for us to stab and kill each other if we knew what we've been through? What you think, Mom?
No, once they learn their history, they'll figure it out.
But
That's
that's
all.
it.
One day at a time. One day at a time. No
They gotta
rush.
learn it. We gotta give it to them. We gotta get, they're hiding the history now. We gotta say, wait a minute, these books, blow the dust off these books and let it reveal so they can know who they are and what we had. We had all of that stuff and what was taken from you and let you know that you could get it again. But this time, get it and keep it. Whoo, Molly, I'm getting hot.
We gotta get out of here. You want to appreciate everybody for watching. Y'all want to help Reese show grow? All you gotta do is send a donation there, right there at Reese Tyree. Money sign Reese Tyree. And don't forget to go download the book Shades of Blue. It's on what all platforms, right, Reese?
It's on
That's
all platforms.
that's
You
how the
get
book cover look.
Amazon, Kindle. Yeah, this is the paperback book. This is how the paperback
Mm-hmm.
look. The
Yeah.
hardback, everything right there. The hardback is out too. And they even can digital download it. You can get it on all platforms. The only thing that's not quite ready is the audio part. So we're gonna try to get AM on it in the studio so she could talk about the book, maybe even read a little bit from the book, just so y'all can get an idea of what's in the book. But she
Yeah.
got a challenge going. AM Morning told me that she challenged everybody that come across the book, no matter what page you start reading on, see if the book won't grab you and make you even want to go forward or backward. That's the challenge. Grab it, open it anywhere in the book, read a page, and see what happens. That's the challenge, people. I'm gonna take up on the challenge. I done read the book a couple of daggone times. Hell, I read the book so much you would have thought I wrote it.
Yeah, she burnt out, man. Yeah, she burnt out, man. We catch y'all later. Love y'all. All right, Reese, I'll talk to you in a second. We out.
We out tomorrow, y'all. 1919, 1835. Remember them dates.
Yeah.